In today's NBA pick video play for April 24th, 2019, talking about this Western Conference matchup between the Utah Jazz and the Houston Rockets, and we're going to give our lean on where we see the better value on the over-under with that total number relatively low here at about 212.5 points, but it is to be expected to have this number come down a little bit given the fact that over the past couple of outings, we have seen a little bit lower in the numbers with those totals. So in their last outing, the Utah Jazz were able to fend off elimination as they took down the Rockets by a final of 107-91, leveraging their defensive strengths on their home court as they took down the Rockets with that nice 16-point win after the Jazz had gone on to lose each of the first three outings. Now, we definitely saw different performances in Houston when the Rockets had the home court in comparison to the games that we saw in Utah. It was a bit more dictating the pace of play depending on which squad was the home team. So we saw that in Utah with the total hitting 198 points in Game 4 as well as 205 points in Game 3. So a little bit on the lower side there in Utah, but in Houston, the Rockets having some stronger offensive performances in those victories. In Game 1, taking down the Jazz by a final of 122-90, and then in Game 2 by a final of 118-98. So behind their home court advantage, the Rockets putting up 122 and 118 respectively in comparison to over in Utah where they put up just 101 and 91. Now we're coming back to Houston, and if the Rockets produce the kind of offensive numbers that we saw from them in Games 1 and 2 respectively, then that would be a pretty good sign for this potentially pushing to the over side of things. Just taking a look at the numbers here, the road squad, the Utah Jazz, their numbers on the year, 17th in the NBA in scoring compared to 4th in total team defense with their average total hitting in the ballpark of around 218 points. You compare that over to the Houston Rockets, who are just a slightly more offensive-oriented group. They were 11th in the NBA in scoring, 10th in total team defense with their average total in the realm of about 223 points. So the fact that both these teams are actually pretty moderately to significantly above the 212.5 that we're getting in today's matchup also speaks pretty well to the over potentially hitting and the fact that Vegas may be reducing this total a little bit too much, going off of those numbers that we were seeing in the last two games in Utah. So now things transitioning back over to Houston. We expect the Rockets to have a better offensive showing. And with that being the case, we feel like the over 212.5 is going to be the better value bet. Again, siding with the over here as the better value play. If you agree, give the video a thumbs up. Disagree, give it a thumbs down. You can check out all of our picks for today over at stumpthespread.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we hope to see you guys back here for our next video.